This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This your boy Black Vegas, and guess Joe Biden has made his first quote-unquote big gaffe of his presidency. Mind you, he's not president right now. And I say that just to transition into the fact that this video is pretty much going to be about, again, how little people understand how our political system works and how it would really, really help us if we had a basic understanding of how shit goes. But in a way, I guess we could, I hate to say it this way, thank Donald Trump and his shenanigans for finally maybe opening the window to us actually paying attention to what really goes on when it comes to our political system. So, here's what I'm talking about. Joe Biden put out a tweet in which he basically said, let me actually grab the actual tweet. Okay, here's his tweet. Here's the deal. Because President Trump refuses to concede and is delaying the transition, we have to fund it ourselves and need your help. If you're able, chip in to help fund the Biden-Harris transition. And he has a donate now button on there. It goes to Act Blue, which Act Blue is basically the Democratic political fund. It's not just used for Joe Biden, by the way. If you don't know, Act Blue basically raises money for Democrats across the board. For their candidacy, their like political races, for Democratic progressive groups. Just basically, it's a Democratic Party support group. Okay? So, the reaction is not good. And I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I would have put that tweet out myself. Mind you, the wording, he just said, if you're able to. So, it's not a total act of insensitivity. But I can totally see how people feel like it's a very insensitive act. That being said, I think people are also overreacting a bit. And rightfully so in these tense times. Like, yeah, for me, the overreaction is it's real, but it's understandable because we're in a fucked up situation. Like, hell, I have talked to you guys myself about my fears of being evicted, not being able to have, food, all that stuff. I'm one of those people going through it too. But I don't think that I'm going to be as upset as other people at Joe Biden. Like, out of all the things that I could find myself being upset about Joe Biden, this is the least of my worries. And it's funny because the comments that you see, like, people are like, well, didn't you just raise $1 billion? That $1 billion wasn't for him. It was for Act Blue. It wasn't just for him. It was for everybody, for all these people that we want, for, like, Ossoff, Warnick, who we still need to vote for, all these people who we're trying to get put in the places we need them to be. That's for them. But of course, people don't understand that. So when he comes out and says something like this, it's going to light a fire. And so for me, it's just such a weird thing because I get why he would say that. Fact of the matter is, we've never, at least in my lifetime, I've never seen a presidential elected candidate denied the right to federal funds that have already been, made through taxes, as some of these people have said, that has been is specifically used for these types of things. Never ever seen it blocked by the outgoing party. I, I've been around for, like, I vaguely remember the Reagan transition from Carter because I was like 6 or 7 when that happened. So I only knew mostly, hey, Jimmy Carter's from where I'm from, Georgia. That's about it. And Reagan is that guy who, you know, eats jelly beans when I was a kid. But that wasn't, that was a fluid process. Um, from, of course, Reagan to Bush was a fluid process because one party, transitioned off to another member of the party. Bush, he lost, he conceded, and he adhered to the transition of power. Even with, George W. Bush and the gaggle of ghouls that he had, like, around him, Cheney and all of them, even with Mitch McConnell and fucking Buhner, who was, like, basically, you know, his opposite in the House. Most people don't remember Buhner. I remember that motherfucker. He was just as bad. Him and McConnell did their best to make Obama's entire, like, presidency as bad as they could, in any particular place they want. But I digress. But these people allowed this to happen. For some reason, this fucking, like, Trump administration has just made us completely say fuck how politics work, fuck the political system, fuck honoring the political process and governing the way that you're supposed to. Fuck the rules. Just fuck them. Just fuck all the rules. Nothing matters with this guy. And he's rallied enough people, enough stupid people on one side to buy into this and keep pushing it. He's also rallied the smart, evil, calculating people like Mitch McConnell to use this to their advantage and to take advantage of the system and to push in, things that they want in between the chaos. And sadly, he's rallied, the more liberal side who are supposed to, who feel like they're the good guys, to absolutely lose their shit at anything and everything without actually thinking it through. So it's a weird. We're in such a chaotic time. Like, this should not be a big thing, but between our obsession with social media and how we react on social media to every little thing, to the 1,000th degree, to the political climate that we've been put in these last 4 or 5 years because of the clown that got elected president. I like it's not hard to see why we're getting this. I think on a normal day we might have gotten some pushback, but between the political state that's been built over the last 4 or 5 years, the struggle and the drama of 2020 with the pandemic and everything's just coming to a head, and people are like crazy. Like, I see somebody say, "We're the ones who need your help." He's not president yet. Until January 20th, he can't do anything. The best he can do is try to set things in place and get them in motion to actually start fixing the problems. Because the people who currently have the power aren't trying to fix the problems. So that's part of the reason why I understand why he needs the money for the transition team, because he has to get his people in place, and there are, things that need to be paid for and taken care of. He needs to set up, at least so once he gets inaugurated, he could do like he said and start like boom, boom, boom with all these executive orders and hit the ground running, because he's going to have to fucking hit the ground running. Trump and the Republican Party are not trying to even let him stand on any type of, like, muddy ground, let alone solid ground, They're trying to murk up things to where it's quicksand. And god damn it, they may be like about to do that shit. And it's fucking infuriating. It's even more infuriating that people are, you know, kind of going along with it and letting it happen. I'm not saying you should donate. Now, please, for the love of God, don't donate. If you, especially if you don't have the money. But if he's gonna ask, and there's people out there who have the means who wants to help him, why not? Like I get it. Again, a lot of us need help. We all need fucking help. I need fucking help. But I don't think that what he's doing was an intentional act of insensitivity to say fuck you, it's all about me. There's levels to shit, and I guess I understand the levels, but not everybody's going to understand the levels. And again, it goes back to what I said. Please, people, start paying attention and actually reading up and understanding just exactly what is going on before you explode all over the place. Like, shit. Hell, I will say this. I have just a little bit of anger because I wish I had the pull to go out and ask people for money and people would donate to me. Fuck. That would be awesome right now. You know, I would shit. The next 2 weeks for me are going to be very, 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 very difficult. Um, you know, getting from here to December 1st is one of the scariest things that I'm going to go through in my life right now. Trust me when I say this. But I can't be mad at this. Like, this is the least of my worries. Like, because this guy's trying to get in there and trying to help fix things. Or at least that's what he says he's trying to do. You know, believe him or not, that's what he's trying to do. And I can't knock him for needing help because the political process isn't going the way that it's supposed to go. And it's sad and it's maddening. And it just makes things harder for us because they're not letting them do the things that they need to do to make things better for all of us. And it just goes to show you, like, fuck, man, how fucked up the Republican Party has become. Like, Jesus Christ. They were always, like, a bit of evil in them. Like, there was always a through line of evil, but now they're just openly, like, unabashedly fucking shameless with that shit. It's fucking, it's brutal. It's fucking brutal, but yeah. I tell you, these are rough times. You know, I'm praying for us all. Like, seriously, we gotta get through this shit together, y'all. Like, yeah, and just hope that Joe Biden, who pretty much is none of our real choice, because I said it many times before, he wasn't my pick for president, but I do understand and recognize that he is much better than what we have, and his open good intentions are better than the blatant, like, fuck shit that we have going on right now. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Oh, as always, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Blak Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.